After seeing the Carolina Panthers 3 times last year, the New Orleans Saints will now see the Carolina Panthers twice in the next 3 games. The New Orleans Saints Afternoon Wrap, presented by ACME Oyster House, starts right now. Well, it's time to say hello again to an old friend and an old rival. The Carolina Panthers now will take on the New Orleans Saints twice in the final 3 weeks, starting with this Monday's Monday Night Football matchup out in Charlotte. John, it's a rivalry that saw the two teams play 3 times last year. It's been a long, long wait to finally get to see the Panthers again. But strangely enough, at this juncture, these two teams both have quite a different mindset.
Yeah, the Saints are trying to secure the number 1 seed in the NFC. If they win out, they get the number 1 seed. They don't have to leave the Mercedes-Benz Superdome before advancing to the Super Bowl if they're able to do that. However, Carolina has lost 5 straight. They're 6-7, scrambling for the playoff lives. Minimal opportunities or minimal percentage to get in, but they need to win out. And so they're a team that has a little bit of desperation in them.
Yeah, no doubt. That desperation's clear, and it's apparent to the New Orleans Saints that the Carolina Panthers will lean on their veteran leadership and play kind of with a hungry mindset on Monday night.
Listen, they're a prideful group. They're very well coached, and their backs are against the wall. So we're going to get their best performance. And it's Monday Night Football at their place, right? So all the reasons for them to play well and all the reasons for us to play well. We got a lot at stake. In many cases, you say the most desperate teams wins, and so we've created the sense of urgency around here that we know what's at stake. We know that each and every game, each and every snap is that important.
Meanwhile, the Saints have that mindset, John, of perhaps, and I thought you put it well to Coach Payton today, almost a new part of the season. Even though we're deep into this regular season, it does feel different here after obviously clinching that NFC South Division banner.
Yeah, once you secure one milestone, now you're looking for the rest. So they've gotten the NFC South. They get the division title, guaranteed home game, clinched. Okay, everything there is settled. Now you're playing for the next phase, the higher stakes, jockeying for the seeding because, number 2 seed is okay, but that means if you play the NFC Championship game against the number 1 seed, you got to go to their place. The Saints have the number 1 seed right now by virtue of the fact that they beat the Rams, so they want to play all their home games here, and they have an opportunity to do so. They control everything in their hands.
Yeah, and that's certainly how the Saints have begun their work this week, that new mindset, that new outlook on things after achieving their first goal of the season.
We have plenty to work on, and every single week you kind of break down the game and see where you can improve and what you can do. But these games for us, just because we have the South clinched, these next 3 games are very important for us as far as where we want to be heading into the playoffs. So we just have to take care of business one game at a time, and they're going to be really tough games. Obviously, to play division opponent 2 times in 3 weeks is challenging, and then to have Pittsburgh as well, even though they've lost like 2 in a row or something like that or whatever it is, but they're a dominant football team and they have been for a long time. So we just have to take care of business one game at a time, but obviously the goal is to win.
Well, listen, I think to some degree it does. I mean, I think, look, there are these different goals. Clearly this is an important game for us. And we've been doing a lot of things well, some other things we've got to clean up and get better at. But explaining it and making sure the players understand the significance of today's format and what the seeding process is like and what it means, I think is important.
As far as the practice field goes today, you're looking at it indoor today because of all the rain in the New Orleans metro area. John, I know the Saints are going to play outdoors on Monday night. It's going to be cold in Charlotte, but great to have a dry practice here to start the new week.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have gotten any quality work done outside with the way it was raining. I got the soggy shoes to prove it. So certainly getting in here on a dry surface, be able to get your work in, be able to get some quality work in, I think that'll be beneficial to them.
All right, roster moves today. Hit the highlights for me if you don't mind.
Well, the main thing is Brandon Marshall is now released. He's no longer with the team. There are a couple of corresponding signings with a tight end and an offensive lineman, so hopefully the Saints are able to fill those. But one of the reasons that Brandon Marshall is no longer with the Saints is because it looks like Ted Ginn Jr. might be set to make his return pretty soon here, something we'll continue to monitor, but it looks like he might be on his way back pretty soon.
That's good news for sure. Lots more to talk about tomorrow. We'll be with you after the Friday practice, which will be like Thursday as far as the Saints week goes. For John DeShazier, I'm Sean Kelley. See you tomorrow right here on the New Orleans Saints Afternoon Wrap, presented by ACME Oyster House.